Yo, what up?
I be what?
It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation radio show. Ali B is here co-hosting.
Yes, sir.
Got my dude that I haven't seen in a long time.
Peace.
He got a new project out, Undefeated.
Yeah.
Ace Hood is here.
Yes, sir.
Trust
What's
the process.
going on?
Trust it.
What's good, boy? It's
Man,
been a minute.
Trusting the process, man. Staying focused.
Speaking of trusting the process, because I talked to him before we started doing this interview, I hate on your Instagram every day of my life. I just want all my listeners to completely understand this. I'm not hiding it. Reason being is I'm trying to trust the process on this weight loss. Now, I hate to bring it back to diet because last time you were here, we talked about diet. But I'm one of the fattest people I know. And you're
not fat, man. I think I might have told you that the last time when you were in the process of losing, man. Like, give yourself some credit, bro.
Trust
you
the
look
process.
good, yeah. Because you got to. We need that during the process. We got to uplift ourselves. Like, even when we in a place of, like, we trying to push through or we might have plateaued and we trying to get through that. Like, yeah.
I love positive guys like this, but he's never been fat.
I mean,
So-
but I ain't never looked like, it's never been like this, though. I had to work to get it like this, to where it's at. So we
True.
all, like, that's what we relate. We all have been to a place where it's like, all right, we trying to get look a certain way, and we know it's going to take a lot of work to get there.
I don't want to make this like a fitness interview,
Yeah.
but all I'm going to ask you in front of everybody, because I'm sure there's a lot of listeners that are heavy like me tuned in. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm heavy. How long does it take to get on a level that you're at?
Depends, man. You know, it's hard to put a time on it because everybody's body works differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, your body might not be as receptive to mine, you know? Like,
It definitely is.
you know, like I'm a huge, like, sweater because you know, like, I'm hydrated as much. Some people may get, my homie got in the sauna, pause the other day, and he just didn't sweat. And I'm like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know what I mean? People's body is different. But mainly, like, the food, man. Like, I think portion your food. I tell people that all the time. I think that's the main thing about us over here. Like, when I mean by us over here, it's just United States. Like, we overeat naturally.
Now we do.
Like, you know what I
I
mean?
just lost 17 pounds portioning food. It's like,
Congratulations,
I
bro.
thank you, bro. I was raised to eat as much French fries as I want. Like, take
Yeah.
orange juice directly to the head, not knowing it's all sugar and
Exactly.
like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's all about portion control.
Yeah.
So, let's get past the fitness thing because I'm gonna talk to you behind the scenes about being my personal trainer. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So I'm looking at you. I hate to bring negative vibes. I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but I'm looking at the tattoo on your arm right now, and you got the We the Best tattoo,
Yes, sir.
which means you're a loyal guy, obviously. But you haven't been with We the Best.
Yes.
So what's been the vibe? You know, you're my guy. Khaled's my guy. I have artists. So I'm just curious of what's the vibe when things like, first of all, why did things go sour, and how's the vibe with you two now?
The vibe with us now, like, I haven't seen him in a while, but the vibe is all love. You know, the last thing that we ended on was you know, a mutual conversation, just a mutual understanding of just like love. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I understand where he was. You know what I'm saying? And like his whole thing of like feeling the whole betrayal thing, and like obviously, right? But
What betrayal thing? Why?
I mean, for him, but it's his. That's just what I just felt like he was feeling at that time. Not to say anything of anything, but it's just because we were so close, and it's like you watch this guy grow from a young kid to like this thing. You know what I mean? That you were a part of, and that we created together. You know what I'm saying? To like us eventually like parting our ways and doing our own thing. For me, mainly it was just like growing up, man, and like I've had different ideas and different thoughts about things, like, and I wanted to do something different. Now, it just became an issue with me trying to do something different. It just wasn't.
I'm
as
really listening, by the
receptive.
way, from a DJ's ear, because I have artists, and Khaled's one of my heroes. You're one of my heroes.
Yes.
And I plan to be that, maybe hopefully bigger one day.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out where it went sour. So
I think
between
so.
the
So
DJ
if you-
artist relationship.
from that perspective, it's just allow your artist or your artist to be who they want to be.
So you felt
Simple and
like
plain.
you like it's that's the label artist relationship, I guess, not just DJ. Like,
Right.
you feel
Yeah,
like you were doing
because-
records.
Not even because
didn't
like
wanna do?
I think no, it wasn't even that, because we done like great records and stuff like that. I think when it came to me having my own ideas and wanted to create differently, create in a way, because anytime we would do albums and stuff, we would normally do them together. You know what I'm saying? Like, people would probably pick the instrumentals and we would go the whole 9 yards, you know, and we would like create like that. Now it became to a place that I don't want to work with the same producers and have the same ideas. And, you know, so think about it. I came into, so you got to remember, Khaled has a, you know,
His
a
team.
system.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
a system. So everybody got a system that works for them. Me, I'm a person that looks at a spectrum. So it's not only doing it this way. You can do it this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way.
Right.
Not everybody in the world sees that. Some people sees it like this way works. It's been working. Why would you want to change that?
Yeah, I see.
In all rights, why would you? But me, I'm a rebel. It's who I am. Like, I like to see what's over here. I gotta see, cause I want to say something different, and I wanted to be a different type of artist. I just didn't want to be an artist that people just known him for making like hit records, like, or just, oh yeah, he's a radio artist, a commercial artist.
Sometimes it's the album joints that makes the real fans.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I wanted to be highlighted more so. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go in in just somewhere different with the music and stuff like that, and I wanted to be supported on my vision. Right? Now, the whole disruption came is that when I felt unsupported in what I wanted to do, that's when it became a larger issue. So it's like, it's one say, yo, I want to go over here to this other opportunity and kind of dabble with this new thing, and like, I don't really know what this is, but I want to see what's going on. And you like, but no, you like, nah, like, you know what I mean? In your mind,
see,
you
that's difficult, because I agree with Ace about letting artists explore and do what they want to do. You gotta let an artist be an artist, but also it's like, now do I want to invest in something I don't understand?
Right.
So it's like,
I mean, it's
Yeah.
creative
That was
input,
probably the
though.
But now
You know,
the thing doesn't change is that good product is good product.
that's
right?
true.
Now that doesn't change. Now it'll be different if like the product wasn't as good. Like, if you remove a hand, like, just, we can't allow all this to get misconstrued, because the moment the hand got removed out of it and it became a soul thing that I was creating, then the energy was different, as opposed to you being part of it. Some people want to be a part of everything that's moving. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. If that's your way to do it, I'm not knocking it, though. I love it. But it's just not the way that I wanted to operate anymore. You know what I mean? And I wanted to just, be accepted for changes. And I wanted people to understand, a person to understand my change and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
There was a few other things behind the scenes that went down that I, rather not speak on or whatever. But
Have you guys ran into each other after you guys stopped working together?
Nah, man, we haven't. Not yet.
It'll be fine. Both of you guys are positive individuals. I'm just curious how the conversation went.
Yeah, like, so the conversation was just solely like, which was different. The last conversation we had it was all love. I hadn't seen him in a while. Like, previous to us having that conversation, it hadn't spoke to him in like a year, right? And then we ended up, linking up again and then chopping up and having a conversation. It was love. We hugged it out, and I was like, man, we talked it over about certain things, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we ended up just going our ways and stuff. But I do think, man, at some point, maybe on the end, like, things that we'll end up linking back up or doing something.
Yeah, you guys will. I've seen, come on, we've seen way worse stories in hip hop.
Yeah,
we saw Puff and the Locks. And then they work together now. Like, we've seen way worse stories. Snoop and everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, and it's like, for real, like love. And I don't want people to think like, I feel bitter or something, or I was upset about this, about that, or he took something away, or this or that, or he's, because people like to think that when you go through disputes or disagreements that it's a bad thing. No. Like, it's so many great things on the other side of that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't really understand. So I don't want them to think that, oh, he did this guy dirty. No. I'm living the best life I've ever lived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is great. I do great music. Like, I do got to
ask you a question, though. And your music's always been great, by the way. You make great music, period. But do you feel like there's a different energy in how you have to push your music now since Khaled's not involved? Because
yes, of course,
that We the Best brand became so big. It was like almost simple to push a record.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's simple. I mean, you win some, you lose some, but it's easier with a brand that's moving and moving.
Right.
So do you feel like the energy feels different? Does it feel more difficult at all, or you don't think so? Because you got your core fan base as well.
Nah, it's only probably a little bit more difficult on the side of just being a businessman and being a boss and stuff like that, like, and having to wear that hat and learning what that looks like and learning how to infiltrate and move. Like, that was the main thing, and to be able to facilitate things on your own. Like, that's probably the largest difference. But for me, like my content and my music, my fans has been my fans. Thank God, like, people have supported me so many years and still continue to support me, and my fan base is constantly continuing to grow and expand. But I chose to take a different direction. So even with like radio and stuff like that, like I purposely like backed up away from it because I had a story to tell, and it was important that I retell a story, reintroduce myself, and then we approach radio like on
which is very
end.
important for artists to know, because new artists be so concerned about radio. I shouldn't be saying this because I'm on the fucking radio, but artists be so concerned about radio. Radio's like the end goal, I think. Build your story with your fans, build a fan base, and then go to radio once you have like a core.
Yeah, that's what I think though. It all depends on what you want though. Like some people want instant success. Me, I want like fans that's gonna relate and understand me as a person.
Yeah, because if you have the instant success, you know, there's been records out here that the record is bigger than the artist, and you don't want that.
And I've been through that.
Really?
In the beginning, like having all of these records with like Jasmine Sullivan and Akon, and you know, a lot of people felt like these records were huge because they didn't know who I was. My first big record was Cash Flow. Like you ain't know who I was, who Ace Hood was coming out of Florida. My first record was Cash Flow with Ross and T-Pain, and they were on top. You know, it was like raising. You know, it was the biggest thing in Florida at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. So yeah, I had a lot of huge records that I felt like it was before its time, you know, like that record with Jasmine Sullivan and I had was Champion.
Yeah, I remember.
That record I had with like Akon, I felt like was huge, you know. But and it came so soon, and people were like, wow, who is this guy that's coming with this force that has all of these large records like that, but we don't know who he was. We didn't know who he was.
Well, at least you're still here, bro. Not to disrespect him because I'm cool with him when I see him, but like, do you guys remember Mims?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, his record was bigger than him.
Yeah.
And it was hard to get out of that box. And there's been a lot of artists like that.
Oh, that's true.
And you got a core fan base, and you still here.
God is good, man.
Yeah, man.
Lord.
So you're in a relationship, correct?
Yes.
We're going to have a conversation right now.
Yes.
Oh, you could get good relationship advice from him.
No. First of all, just be completely clear. If I had Ace Hood body, and I'm posting on the gram, and the amount of love eyes I see from the baddest women in the game posting under my picture directly, I don't understand how he's able to keep a relationship, because a thirst bucket like myself,
but he's in a different
click directly on the
state.
females' pages. There's a DM button. I don't know if you know about it. I'd completely hit that button and be like, "What's up? I saw the love eyes." But he's able to not do that and keep a full blown relationship, knowing that Halle Berry looking chicks are just thirsting over your pictures every time you post. Explain your methods, please.
Integrity.
Integrity? I have integrity too. Listen, I've never cheated.
Like,
I have a lot of integrity, but I would just have to be single.
Yeah, I know. Integrity and like empathy. You know what I'm saying? You know, being empathetic, like learning that. You know, I've done the work, so this is gonna sound a little foreign sometimes to people. But empathy mainly is being able to like understand how it feels and what it feels like to be the other person you're in a relationship with. So if she was me and she was out wilding out and doing all this stuff on the road and if I found out about it, I would be hurt. Truthfully, like men might not want to, express that. They want to be tough and hard, and but I would be hurt. So for me, I constantly think about that, and I'm exercising like my beliefs on a day-to-day basis, and I challenge myself in my beliefs and what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So
I love to hear him saying that, because men don't say that. I know I'm saying I'm a thirst bucket, but I'm a thirst bucket when I'm single.
But the thing about it is, you're honest about who you are, and know, like if you find the right one, like of course
I'm loyal.
Yeah, you'll be loyal. But as of now, you chilling, your body right, and you single, you gonna do your thing. Like
my body's not right, by the way.
Like,
thank you for throwing that in the conversation.
So wait, she actually surprised you with the skydiving, I heard?
Yes, she did.
That's crazy, because that's something that
What do you mean she surprised him with skydiving?
For his birthday, it was on your bucket list, right?
Yeah.
And
oh, it was on his bucket list. Because to me, that's like, surprise, nigga, we
no,
dying.
it was on his bucket list, and he was really, really scared.
Facts.
And she's like, surprise, happy birthday, we going skydiving.
Yes.
So explain that. So you went skydiving. That's crazy.
Did you piss in your pants before or right after?
Nah, bro. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that was scary, bro. That was very scary, dog. Like, cause we driving. Like, she literally surprised me, and we driving like an hour away. She told me to pack my bags. We moved the night before. It's a whole movie. I'm like, cool. We about to go little trip or somewhere. You would never think. I'm never thinking somebody gonna take me skydiving. Anyway, we drive an hour away. And I'm like, where are we? She said, do you have any idea where we're going yet? I'm like, man, I have no idea. I just see an airport sign. I'm like, airport? Like, oh, we about to go on like a little trip. We about to go on a little vacation.
Yeah.
Then I seen some shit that said skydiving. I was like, yo, no. Like, no, skydiving, like, yo, I can't. It's like, I gotta meditate, I gotta pray, I gotta do all of that before. Yeah. You gotta prepare yourself before you do something like this.
She said, nigga, you got 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then we get there, bro, and I'm like, you know, and it's just being inside, and I watch the video. They trying to do everything they possibly can to get me to like just be calm and relax, you know. And then my driver, like, he was like, "Yo, I'll go with you," but he couldn't go because he was just too heavy for the people, whatever. Like, you know, so you got to be a certain weight limit. So
good, I can't go skydiving.
You know, and then the lady, not even just the instructor has to be a certain weight for it to balance out, right? Okay. So the lady said, you know, made a good point, and she was like, honestly, if you don't do it now, there's, you know, it's most likely you never will do it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I really sat with that and I thought about it, and I was like, man, you're right about that. Because if I leave here, I wouldn't do it, because half the battle is just showing up, right? And then I tapped back in.
Had she done it before?
She had. Did she do it? No, it was her first time, and she wasn't scared. She was like happy. I'm like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, what's up with you? You're supposed to be afraid right now. She's like, she lit, she's smiling, she's just encouraging. She's just, honey, you can do this, but look, if you don't want to do it, there's no pressure. You know, I'm not gonna pressure you to do it. Like, you know, I just thought it was something that you really wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, it was like on my bucket list. I didn't want to do it like right now, and I'm literally like praying, and my stomach hurt, and I'm just nervous. And I tapped in on Instagram again with Will Smith, and I watched his video as he did it, and him just talking about fear, and I believe in all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to know what was on the other side of fear. I wanted to know if I, like, because I was so afraid, and I was like, if I just let this go and push myself over, I could have a new understanding for myself and just life, period. And that was my leading force. And I said, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do it. And I was scared. And the scariest thing about it, it's just only about when you're going up. So you got this thing on your arm that's kind of telling you how high you're getting. So now keep in mind, it's starting at zero. It's starting at zero, and it has to go. So if we're going 13,000 feet in the air. So if the 12 is here, it has to go there and all the way around, right? Even halfway, so it gets to 13. So now you're up in the air, you high as hell, and you only you ain't even halfway yet on the meter thing. You like, we gotta go higher. That's probably the most nerve-wracking part. It's just seeing that, and then you see the glass door when they slide the glass door back. So the actual
falling down to the ground wasn't the nerve-wracking part.
That wasn't the nerve. That was the most liberating part of it.
Wow,
that's the most peaceful part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just the fear is just being up in the clouds, going up constantly. And when they slide the door back, as soon as they slid the door back, it was a guy who hung on and he flew backwards. It was another girl. She held on and flew out instantly. So people just jumping out. And then, you know, it came for me. You start on like your knee, and then pause, and then you kind of fall out the plane or whatever. So I just asked the guy, I said, man, you got me, please, you know. And then he was like, no, I got you, buddy, I got you. And then we just rolled out the plane, bro. Literally, I'm in the air, you know, like vibing, and I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe the fact that I'm actually doing this. They getting the video, I'm in the air. Now, the moment that was most like liberating for me is when they pulled the chute, and it's just silence. It's just silence, and you don't hear nothing. You just see the world as it is. You know what I mean? Like a near-death experience, like, and I'm doing this. Like, what's fear for real? Like, after that, I'm like, what's fear? Afraid of what? We wake up and we got anxiety. We got these fears for what? And it's only a figment. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's only in the mind for real. It's like, it's not even real fear.
Did the guy know who you were when he was about to jump?
No, the guy, he didn't. That's the thing too, because I went to like a place that is just very like family oriented. Like, so these people, like, they did know who I was, but the guy that I was with, he didn't really know who I was. But
you don't need no autographs being asked for midair.
Yeah, I know. Nah, after we did like the autographs and stuff like that, which was great, man. And then like found out the girl who flew out the plane was like, I'm a huge fan. I just didn't want to say anything, but you know, and it's just.
I won't tell nobody you scream like a human.
If you do it, it's just like encouraging people, man. It just shows you like how positivity works in the mind, and just having people around you who can just uplift you. Because that's why I did it mainly, is because I had people cheering me on, like, bro, you can do this. And the guy like, bro, you got this. You got this, man. You can do this. He's like, look, the scariest part, which was true, everything they said was true. Scariest part is this part. It's the plane going up. After that, you jump, you good. It's over.
All right, let's talk, because this became the skydiving interview. Let's talk about the project. But before that, I got interrupted. Real quick, back to social media, and we'll leave this alone. Because I've just had these issues. Does your girl see the comments that these girls...
Yes. Yeah, she do. Yeah.
Does she, how's her energy? Because that's been a problem of mine.
Bro, listen, it's so crazy because, like, we so connected to where it's like, she'll respond sometimes. Because, you know, like, girls are going there and be like, oh, I want to, like...
Does she respond on some Cardi B shit?
No. On some, like, you know, like, my going there, oh, I have a huge booty. She be like, oh, me too, sis. Like, you know what I mean? Just like confirmation, or just like a girl can say, oh, I love you. And she be like, yeah, I love him too. Like,
oh, she's
just
that's like a great
that.
girl.
Like, yeah, man. It's like, that
makes the other girl feel like, fuck.
Yeah. Right?
All right, let's talk about the project, man. Talk to me.
Yeah.
The new project's out. Trust the process.
Trust
Undefeated.
the process. Yes, sir, man.
What's different about this project?
Well, the first project was just the introduction project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's just you understanding that, okay, Ace is more of this, you understanding me exercising things and, like, this, my spiritual energy, my fitness, and, like, becoming this whole holistic person and having, like, these new ideas about things. So, the second installment is just me really, like, living in that glory for real. Like, and what I mean by undefeated is just, like, spiritually, though, like, yeah, I've taken losses and been through scenarios and stuff, but like, I ain't never broke. I never folded. I never will. I never was at an end point. I never, like, it was all love. I handled it with as much grace as possible. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by that undefeated. Just that just the mind frame to just keep fighting and keep pushing forward and being unbroken. You know what I'm saying? Like, climbing up that hill, even when it's tough. It's tough too. You know what
I still got. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta listen to the whole project as a whole still.
Uh-huh.
I heard a couple of joints. Hot. Are there records on there that people can relate to watching what you've been through since you first came out to now? Are there stories on there or anything that people can relate, like your struggle?
My struggle. Yeah. I definitely always like to. Because anytime I create a project, man, like, it's important for me, I got to cover all bases and not just, you know, focus on, like, one part of the story, right? So it's a constant reminder of me telling people of, like, me being independent and where I am and, like, just my whole, you know, being with labels and stuff like that, and just how it works and just having the soul freedom, you know, like, my idea in being this whole free artist, man, like, it's amazing. It's like, literally, Russ, amazing for me because I get to say and move it and create this thing. I can make it look the way I want to look. It's like Play-Doh. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at all of this right now, bro. It's like,
well, with that being said, do you think you would ever go with a major? Ever?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What things like, Ace, listen, $1 million
honestly,
right now.
I mean,
come with me.
Not even, I would, nah, man. Like, that's the last thing they could get me with is money.
Okay.
Like, people try to throw money at me, dog. Like, I laugh. Like, I'm like, y'all trying to play my integrity. Like, I laugh at you. You trying to throw a dog. Like, money don't matter, bro. Like, it matters. You know what I mean? But, like, I ain't got to be the richest in the world. But I'm going to be my best self. I'm going to be the best individual.
I'm going to be the best. A hip-hop artist saying what he just said.
Like,
because hip-hop artists is about being
exactly
rich.
That's what they tell you. But
not
that's
everybody,
why,
but.
Yeah, but, like, the large thing about hip hop, right? It's just like the success. That's just like the driven drug in fame and all of this stuff, man. And it's like total opposite with me. And it's like, if I can be an amazing person, curate amazing relationships, make impacts on people's lives, be an amazing, partner to my woman, and like amazing father, like, that shit, to me, that matters to me for real. Like, have financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, no debt, money in the bank. Like, when people talk about bosses, that's what I think about. Like, I think about financial freedom. I ain't thinking about getting your money and spending it and wearing it on you for what? No, sir. I'm talking about no.
I have to tuck my chain. It's the second interview. I have to tuck my chain.
But the thing about it, I'm not negating it and saying we don't do it, because I still do it. Yeah. But it's just me personally just making smarter decisions for myself, thinking about longevity. And it's just me trying to give the keys of what I learned and what my mindset is to my people, so they can apply the same thing to their life, so they can have healthy lifestyle, wellness, richness, and self. You You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to ultimately give to my people is self-richness. And that's what the whole Trust the Process, Undefeated, and that whole series is about. It's like self-richness. So if you listen to it, you're going to hear the gems in it. You know what I'm saying? You hear it in Chosen, and you hear it in Undefeated, and you know what I mean? Like, had to align myself through meditation and getting that right, and you know what I'm saying? Taking my blessings and turn them into a one of a kind, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of thing. Can't keep running, facing fears, you know, looking at who you truly are, you know what I'm saying? And being able to stand on that. That's it.
Wait, hold on, Seth. Can we talk about Can't Keep Running? Because there is a line that you said had to boss up and take a page out of Hova, elevate the mind and soul of the culture. What do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, I like the way Hov, I like what Hov did, and I like what Hov is right now. I like his mind state. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like how Hov was able to create a life for himself in music. He got a wife. You know what I mean? He might have made some mistakes, yeah, truthfully, you know, but he got a wife. He got a successful business. You know, he has a successful life, successful career. You know, and so for me, that was like taking a page and saying, you know what, I want a piece of that. You know what I mean? And so by me, I just gonna do it and you know, navigate it in my way. That's what I mean about elevate the mind and the culture is showing them and putting them on higher self, man, and in ways in which you can connect. You know what I'm saying? It's just raising your frequency. Like, you know what I mean? And then tapping into, because, man, people are more awesome than they give themselves credit for. It's just if you do the work on yourself, you can find that out, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only this way because I've done the personal work. Like, I've got, like, you know, I got a healer. Like, I go to counseling, same thing, like all of that. At 29, 28 years old, I started that whole process. So, you know, and the gems that I've learned from that is what I'm giving to my people.
Nice. That felt like a good interview ending. So
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did, right? Let's end it right there perfectly. So tell the people about the project, where they can find you and all that.
Yeah, man. Project. Trust the Process 2, Undefeated, is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go get it, man. Hood Nation, the brand, support it. Just good music, man. Good music. Good for the soul, good for the mind. Yeah, man, good motivation, you know, and good nourishment.
Make a fucking fitness app already, so
I'm
can
doing
subscribe.
all that. Listen. There's so many things in the works, man. You talking building gyms, we talking books, we talking everything, fitness line, talking health and wellness. Them talking everything, man. I want it like, and bridging that gap between that and music ain't never been done, and I'm gonna show people like we gonna do it.
All right, cool. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
All right, Ace Hood, thank you for coming to the feature presentation.
Bless you, my brother.
My nigga. DJ Sus One, Ali V, it's Hip Hop Nation.